In this video, I'm going to help you save money and make the move to New Zealand less stressful with these 5 must-do tasks based on my personal experience. Stick around to the end of the video for a mindfulness exercise to help you persevere through this scary but very exciting new adventure that you're about to embark on. If you're new to my channel, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Mai. I'm a former US teacher who loves embracing fear for a more adventurous life. I do that through being a solo female traveler, thrill seeker, and now US expat. I believe we are so much stronger than the fears we create in our minds, and I want to help others build their confidence to live a more exciting and less fearful life. So let's get started. Task number 1 is to book your accommodations, and I highly recommend staying at a hostel. If you've never stayed in a hostel before, it's basically a dormitory style living situation. Think about like a college dorm if you've ever stayed in one, where you like share a kitchen, share a living space, and then when it comes to the dorm, the bedroom, then you share that space together, and you all have your own separate bed, and there's like maybe a locker storage so that you can protect your belongings. It's a great way to save money and meet people. So if you're here on the working holiday visa, definitely get one. I have provided my affiliate link for several sites that I use personally to book hostels, and I would greatly appreciate your support if you are booking your accommodations to use my affiliate link, because I may get commission off of that. There's no extra cost to you, so you're going to book your hostels anyway, so if you can use my links, that would be fantastic. I stayed at Haka Lodge, which I found that through Hostel World. Haka Lodge was not a bad hostel by any means. It is on K Road, which is a little bit of a loud nightlife scenery place. So you might want to have earplugs if you stay there. But I did meet a lot of great people there, so that was a bonus. And they offer the proof of address that you need for your bank account. You have to pay roughly 5 New Zealand dollars to obtain that document, but you take that and you bring it to the bank, and that is going to help you set up your account. You need about 5 days, I would say, to stay in Auckland for enough time to adjust to the jet lag, to get all the boring stuff out of the way, like your phone plan and your bank account, groceries, all that good stuff. And yeah, when you book your accommodations and you settle into your hostel, one of the most important things you need to do is to start meeting people and talking to them and getting to know them, because there are going to be a ton of people also there on the working holiday visa. When I arrived to Auckland, I was just so amazed at how many people were here on the working holiday visa from all over the world. And it was just very comforting, because I'm here by myself, and to meet other people who are also here by themselves from different countries, coming here with similar reasons. It was just nice and very comforting to know that I'm not alone in this situation. But definitely book your accommodations, get a hostel, and meet people. That's task number 1. Task number 2, buy groceries. That's going to be one of the biggest ways you save money here in New Zealand, is to buy your groceries and cook in the hostels, like I mentioned in task 1. The places to get groceries is there's a few options. The cheapest one is Pack and Save, by far the cheapest. And then you have Countdown, but they're going to turn into Woolworths. They're changing their name. There's Foursquare, there's New World, there's Fresh Choice. In the CBD area where you're most likely going to be, which is stands for the Commercial Business District in Auckland, you won't have any like Pack and Saves. So when I arrived, they recommended Countdown. So I went to Countdown with my friends, and we bought our groceries there. And so when you get out of Auckland, though, I would definitely go to Pack and Save. All right, so task number 3. You need to set up your phone plan. And there are many, many options out there, and people will tell you different things. But in my experience, and what I highly recommend, is using Spark. So the main 2 companies are Spark and 1NZ. And I tossed and turned between the 2 for a couple of days because I wasn't sure which one was going to provide the best service. But when it comes to saving money and getting good service, I would say Spark, and here's why. So Spark has this team up plan where if you join multiple people together, you will get a discount, and you can choose your own plan, and they even offer the Spotify Premium if you get a certain plan. Well, if you follow task number 1, which is to meet people, then you're going to have a much easier time to get a big discount on your phone plan. Because when I found this out, I went to my dorm, which was a bunch of girls who just arrived here on the working holiday visa too. And I was just like, hey, have you gotten your phone plan yet? Because we can get a discount. Well, one of them had already gotten the discount, or not the discount. One of them had already gotten a phone plan with Spark. And so all we did was go to Spark and join her account. Now you're probably wondering, okay, but what happens if I need to do something with my account? Does she need to be there, or the other person need to be there? Well, rest assured, that doesn't have to be a problem, because basically what happens with Spark is that every single person owns their own plan. They choose their own plan, and oh my goodness, something fell in my eye. Pause, sorry. Okay. Basically, every single person has their own plan. They choose whatever they want, and they pay their bills separately. And if you have an issue with your account, you can go there, and you don't have to have the original account owner present. I mean, that's a little different than what we do in the States. In the States, unless I'm a manager of the account, I have to have the account owner there. So this is a huge relief. I highly, highly recommend this, because I'm currently saving 30% on my phone plan because I asked 2 other girls to join, team up together. And they're in different parts of the country, and we haven't seen each other since we met in Auckland back in September. But I've been able to go to the Marketplace and make changes and not have any issues whatsoever. Paying the bills, super easy, all separated. Really, there's no reason why people shouldn't be doing this, especially backpackers. So yeah, I highly recommend that. 1NZ does have a group plan, but based on my research, the account owner, there's one person who's going to pay double what everyone else pays, but they all have the same plan. And to me, that's not a good plan. It's like no one has their choice, because with Spark, one of the girls does not use a lot of data, so she has one of the lower plans. I use a lot of data, so I have one of the higher plans. To me, Spark is the way to go. All right, so I would definitely set that up and get people to join. So if you can get multiple people, that's just more money you're saving. All right, task number 4, you need to go to your bank appointment. So in order to work in New Zealand, you need to have a tax IRD and you need a bank account. So there are a couple options. There are many options, but the couple bigger options are ANZ and BNZ. And I went with ANZ because they have a higher market share. They're spread out throughout the country. There's more ANZ's branches out there. So to me, that was a little bit more comforting in case I was somewhere that I needed to go to a branch, I can go there. One of the downsides is that the mobile app is pretty basic. So far I haven't had any issues with it though, so I will still say that ANZ is the way to go. I do know some people who have BNZ, but I'm going to share my experience with ANZ because trust me, you're going to want to hear this. I wish they changed this process because it really just doesn't make sense. So I'm happy to share this with you because hopefully it's going to relieve some stress. So you can set up your bank account before you even arrive. You can, or start the process at least. And so I started the process and I got all the way to the part where they're saying, okay, now you need to arrive to Auckland or to New Zealand and come in for your account, to open your account. So they had given me some instructions to download the app and do these things before I arrive. I tried, it failed, it didn't work, I couldn't do it. And I was like kind of stressed because I was like, they want me to do this, but I can't get this all done. I don't know why. So I scheduled the bank opening appointment before I arrived. It was the second day. I had to go in the second day that I arrived in Auckland. You can set it up whenever, but sooner the better. It was a group appointment, basically, which I did not know that. It was like at 9:30 in the morning, and I walk in, and there's a bunch of other people there. We all had the same appointment time. So they collectively bring all these working holiday people together into a room, and they give you the paperwork that I got from back home to download the app and everything. We're over there like scratching our heads like, how are we, supposed to download this app? It's not working. Well, we had to change the country, change the app store to New Zealand, and that still wasn't working because you need to have a New Zealand address, which I ended up using the hostel. But on top of that, you needed a New Zealand debit card or credit card or some kind of card from New Zealand to attach it to the app store. But you need to have a bank account, and hopefully you see where I'm getting at. So basically I couldn't get the app until I got my debit card. So after all that stress, I finally got past the group part because they called my name, and then we set up my bank account. They gave me my debit card, and then I was able to download the app. So all in all, I don't understand why they're asking you to do all this stuff beforehand when you really can't do it until you get your debit card from the company. So it doesn't make sense. But there's one more thing that you need to know, because it's not something that I experienced, but something I know other backpackers experienced. If you have like Apple iPhone and you're on a family plan on your iCloud account, you cannot switch your country to New Zealand or from wherever you are from, because it's tied to the family account. So, and you might be keeping it to have your iCloud drive or whatever, your subscriptions and whatnot. But yeah, I have not met one backpacker who's on a family plan that has been able to switch their app store to New Zealand and download the app. So the alternative is to use your mobile browser in order to log into your ANZ account or ANZ account. So just a heads up on that for you. So that's task number 4, to go to your bank account and finalize all of that. Now, task number 5. Task number 5 is to explore Auckland and then leave. So I am not the only person who feels this way. I've met many, many backpackers who have not had the greatest time in Auckland, because it wasn't like a great, like what they were like hoping for. They were wanting nature and, just less of the city life, and getting out Auckland was like their best bet, and they were so happy with that. And there's only one person I know who wants to stay in Auckland based on my experience. And I think for you, if you're, coming to New Zealand for nature and to have a slower pace of life, you're going to want to do that, is to get out of Auckland. But you want to experience it too, right? I had a good time with the 5 days I was there. I took some breaks from, doing the boring stuff. And then I went out, checked out Mount Eden, walked around the city area. You definitely want to explore a little bit. And if you don't have a car, there's plenty of places to see in the CBD area. And to make it a little easier, I made a travel guide of all the places that you should go see or check out in the CBD area, including some areas that are outside of the CBD that some of my friends have gone to, and it's available on my travel shop, and I'll put that in the link below. And yeah, you can help support my channel through that and make your life a little bit easier when you arrive, because then you'll know where to go. So yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy that. And then, you know, after you get all the boring stuff out of the way, like the bank account and stuff, and get your tax IRD, travel a little bit in Auckland, then you'll have the freedom and the flexibility to choose whether you want to travel some more or go straight to work, and figure out your transportation options from there. All right, now it's time for the mindfulness exercise. So this is something that I did while I was on the airplane arriving to New Zealand. I wanted to know why I was coming here, and because I knew that I was throwing myself into an environment that's so different, that's so completely new to me, that I was going to feel some uncertainty and fear and be scared, and I needed to find a way to ground myself. And so this is called what I call living with intention, and understanding the purpose of what I'm doing to persevere through uncertainty. And so it's a really long name, but it's something that for me has really help ground me. And so basically what you're going to do is write down all the reasons of why you're doing what you're doing. Why are you moving to New Zealand? Why are you doing this alone? You know, why are you staying in a hostel? If it's something you're doing that's new, that you're unsure of, ask yourself and reflect on why you're doing it, so that when you are in the process of doing it and you're scared and you're frustrated and you're feeling all these feelings and they're so intense, then you can go back to the why and where it all started, so that it can remind you and help you persevere through that. Because all these feelings can be intense, but they're all temporary. And at least if you know your why, you know there's a purpose in why you're going through this. And I'm going to show you my example, the thing that I actually wrote for myself and that I keep on my phone. And sometimes I look back on it just to help me remember my why. I hope it helps you persevere through those tough times, because trust me, it's going to be tough. I mean, I still have tough days. There's moments where I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. This is beyond stressful. Everything's so new. I mean, even going down the sidewalk, walking down the sidewalk, I used to do it on the right side, but now I have to do it on the left side. And I had no idea about that. It's because we drive on the left side here in New Zealand, and you even walk on the left side on New Zealand. So it's even the littlest things that are, you know, different, that all that can pile up and be very overwhelming. So yeah, that mindfulness exercise, I hope that helps you. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and check the description for other ways to support my channel and to support my work. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, I want to know more from you. Is there anything else you should do when you first arrive to New Zealand on the working holiday visa? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.